My name is Gentry Deshotel. I work for Amada Senior Care North Houston, and I am their scheduler. So about roughly 5 years ago, I was faced with a really tough life situation with my grandfather. He had started to show early signs of Alzheimer's dementia, and that's always the hardest thing for anybody to go through, to see somebody that they truly love and they care about, just to go through something like that, just to see somebody go through, for somebody to be lucid and then like that, they have no idea who you are. It's a lot to take in, especially, but no matter how old you are. No matter how old you are, it never gets easier. After a while of seeing what was just inevitable, it was just kept progressing and progressing. My grandmother, she tried everything that she could. She exhausted all of her resources. She did everything that she could. But once it gets to that point to where you've exhausted all your resources, you have to start looking for outside help. You have to, because that is one of the hardest things to ever do by yourself. You shouldn't ever do it by yourself. Nobody should ever have to go through that alone. It had finally gotten to the point to where there was nothing else that we could do, and there was nothing in our power. We were limited with our knowledge and everything else that was out there for us to grasp at. We had just exhausted all of our resources. So we finally got to a point to where everything just kind of started to turn around for us once we decided to bring in some outside help. My grandfather could live out the rest of his days happy. My grandmother wasn't sitting there worried sick every time that she had to go out to the store. She wasn't having to worry every time that she wasn't right there by his side. Nobody should ever do this by themselves, because it is the hardest thing to sit there and just watch helplessly as the person that you love continues to just fade out. And years later, I mean, look at me now, I'm working for Amada Senior Care. This is the best company that I've ever worked for. Having to deal with that life situation stuck with me, and it's always going to stick with me. This company goes above and beyond to make sure that our clients and our caregivers are extremely taken care of. And at Amada, we take so much pride in what we do. We really do. It is the best company that I've ever worked for, because they actually care. And we will do whatever it takes to make sure that our clients and our caregivers are both very well taken care of. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation like I have, which I'm sure many of you have already and many of you will, I've been there. It's tough. Give Amada Senior Care a call. We are always here for you. We will always be here for you from beginning to end.